and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
On the show and saying, man, I don't even remember what happened. I had a couple drinks that night. Like, now you're putting yourself in position to have been guilty. Like, because if you don't remember, you can't even say, nah, that didn't happen. Like, you don't remember.
It better not be another cry wolf. Because I don't want to downplay the things that, you know, some women actually go through, women and men, that people go through when incidents are actually happening. But it's when people are taking advantage of it and they're now numbing us to what's going on.
Players that are relative to the NFL have had with domestic violence and issues with women, you know, physical abuse and things like that. So them erring on the side of caution, I call it fair. And him going on TV and saying he don't remember his foul.
You're now taking advantage of it. You know, when somebody else cries, that's going to numb me even more. Like, you know, are you just trying to take advantage? You trying to get some money? Like, what you know, that's good.
I'm up to it. I'm up to it.
Oh, we going? We going?
I'm up to it.
We live. We live.
That's the show, Dada.
If I walk normally, watch. It beeps.
All right, attention sane people of America, Lego has chosen to go woke. Yes, this is real, it's legit, screen recorded by my wife herself. This is what they think they should be messaging to our children. This is the agenda they want to push on kids. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Boys are boys from the beginning. Girls are girls right from the start.
Oxford police make an arrest following alleged online bomb threats. Now, 29-year-old Lily Mestemacher is accused of false reporting of placing explosives. Police say they got information that she was mentioning bomb threats in Oxford on social media several times.
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar.
Oh, it's okay. I'm transgender.
Oh, I had no idea. Do whatever you want all the time.
Only girls can be the mummies. Only boys can grow up and be the daddies. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Erin. I use she, her pronouns, and I am this.
God, what I wouldn't do to that. What? No, it's not even mine. I just clicked on it. And come on, it's not like it's gay corn. It's gay corn. It was baby corn.
But it's all good. We
are live. We live.
It's wild out here in these streets, man. I tell you. Buttons are clicking. Things are on the loop. It's wild out here on the first Friday of summer 2023. What can I say? What's good, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
What's up? What's good? What's going on?
Summer got to grow some hands.
Seriously. This
whole time. And look a lot like spring.
Yeah. This is a nice fall we have in the summer, man. I ain't really feeling it, but it's all good though. We're gonna make it feel better. We back here, first Friday night of the summertime. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Assuming we can still call you that. Welcome back to another episode of Up2It Down2It, the most organic conversation on the internet. We are here again to brighten up your night and turn up your weekend. So let's go, raise the glass. Get ready to talk some trash out here, man. Let's get it. Y'all know who I am, man. And if you don't, read right there. I am the great and terrible Trey. Oh, man, we got a lot of stuff to get into tonight, man. Lots of controversy, lots of distractions, lots of opinions. We're going to bring it all to the table if you understand what I'm saying. But that is a tale for another time. Let's go ahead and get down with some of these intros. To my left, your right, wherever I am on his screen, who knows? It's our boy, the immovable force, that guy, that man. Kev, talk to us, my brother. What's good, man? How you feeling?
Well, good evening, everybody. East Coast, West Coast, picked up all the things. Always a pleasure to be here with you fellas, and I'm always confused because I'm on the bottom on this screen looking at myself on that. I don't know, whatever. We're feeling wonderful. Praise the Lord. School is like over. And like I said, I need summer to grow some hands because we're ready to be outside. But tonight we're just clearing the bar. I got little bits of everything. So we got a little bit of whiskey, a little brandy, a little tequila. And, I know people say, oh, don't mix your liquor. Shut up. That's for rookies. All right. We've been here for a long time and a good time. All right. So get something in your glass. I even got the high quality H2O and then, prepping my liver and lungs and whatever other vital body parts we need to get through the show for such a time as this. So, glasses in the air. Let's have ourselves a good time. Hope y'all enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. That's what it is, Kev. Good to see you, man. Good to have you on.
Yeah, man. For sure. But with that being said, let's get to my man down bottom, the inspirational, the king, Rich.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man?
Oh, man. I'm good, man. I'm good. I am fine like wine. I hope everybody else is too, man. And getting better with time. King Rich in the building. I'm gonna keep it short because we got a lot of stuff to get into, and I gotta wake up in the morning. So, the thing that has been on my mind, actually, I'll probably say midweek, is the word balance, and in life you might hear like work-life balance, and just having balance with certain things. It's all true. But you need to look at it overall. I ran into this one quote that says, balance is the key to everything. What we do, think, say, eat, feel, they all require awareness. And through this awareness, we can grow. So in whatever you're doing, right, whether it is your work-life balance and you're grinding out, you can't just be grinding out every single just hour of the minute. You got to have some balance in there. Otherwise you're going to drive yourself off a cliff because you fell asleep. And then on the same side, right, you can't just be relaxed all the time. You just can't be chill all the time. You got to have that balance. And it even came up when my wife was watching that wife swap show. I know it's an old school joke, not really old school, but and even in that, I saw that some families, they'll be all stern and never have that that freedom where they take some time off and go have fun. What this show was quite like that, where the one family was like strict, everything had to be in order. It was super like just super by the book, so to speak, right? But then the other family, I mean, they was way on the other side where, I mean, even the front yard was trash. They was getting complaints about the neighbors, house a mess. They were too relaxed. And so when they did the swap, they each learned from one another that there has to be that ebb and flow, that balance there. Like, yeah, you don't have to be so, I don't want to say square, but I'm gonna say square, that you don't ever, jump on a motorcycle or just do something that gets your blood pumping, jump on a roller coaster. You don't have to be so conservative, so to speak, right? But then on the flip side, right, you definitely need structure. You need structure. So I know I said I wasn't going to be long, but it's all about balance, man. It's all about balance. So take that with you. And with that being said, raise your glasses because we're about to get into some good stuff. Some good stuff.
Absolutely, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Good stuff, man. So look, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. I want to start in the place where we've been starting the last couple of weeks. Probably one of the last times we'll be able to do it because the season is over with. But with all the craziness and nonsense and distractions and trips down to go see the Titanic and things of that nature, figure we might as well start out on the light note with basketball talk. We had the NBA draft yesterday, man. Kev, our resident basketball aficionado. What was
Yes.
your takeaway, man? We had a lot. We had a lot going on yesterday. What was your takeaway? A lot of movement in the NBA as well.
I was going to say, so for me, it doesn't even start with the actual NBA draft. I think it, begins a couple nights before the draft happened, and then, everything that leads up to the draft. So we had, some major trades. Bradley Beal is headed to Phoenix to join Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, and hope that they can, make something shake there. In the process, that also got Chris Paul sent to Washington and then rerouted to Golden State. You got Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn, headed to Boston. So those were some, major moves that took place. And then, trades on draft night to move some picks and things like that. Of course, the biggest winners of the night would be the San Antonio Spurs and coming across Victor Wembanyama, 7'3", whatever you want to call him. The dude is going to play the four, but he's got handled like a point guard, can shoot it like a shooting guard, can defend like a power forward and center. So it literally is something we've never seen before. So I'm hoping everything pans out for him. I think the Houston Rockets, though, which, probably people aren't expecting to hear their names, had themselves a hell of a night. They were able to pick up, and the boy's name is slipping my mind, so I'm going to pull up my information. Cam Whitmore, who played for Villanova, he fell all the way to 20, even though he was considered a top 5, top 10 talent. It was just that he didn't have good draft workouts, with the exception of one of his workouts. And so he fell, but he landed, I think, in a fantastic spot. Of course, Boston sent Ime Udoka as their coach over to Houston after everything happened. I still don't understand it, but whatever. That's not the discussion today. So, he's going to get a chance to be coached by one of the best coaches in the league right now, with a growing core of players. So I think Houston, definitely did their thing tonight. Last night, the Lakers, who didn't have much, paid cash to get into the 40 spot, and they used their number 17 pick so hopefully they can make some things shake. And then of course we wait on free agency to see where a lot of these players are going to land. So there's a ton of things that are happening. My Miami Heat, I think we got a good pick, we're gonna see what happens.
Y'all got another 3-point threat to replace Tyler Hero. Well, not to replace, but to complement Tyler Hero. I think that was a good move for y'all.
And he is listed at 6'7", so he almost reminds me of a Draymond Green style of player, like real rugged, real gritty. He fits the Heat culture, but can stretch the floor. So I wish we would have gone with size because we need it, but you want to pick the best available on the board. So
yeah, absolutely. Rich, did you get to any of the draft at all?
I was just going to say, and that's a wrap, folks. Thank you, Kevin. Back to you in the studio. Man, somebody get him a contract. Lord.
I'm telling you, man, sign that guy. We need to get him some endorsements for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, real talk. You definitely covered that really well. I think definitely I'm with you. The most shocking move to me was the Chris Paul move to Golden State. We'll see how that ends up playing off. I think that's a great. It's a great, I guess, skill for skill trade. I don't know about as far as longevity is concerned, because Golden State definitely got older. They got older with this Chris Paul move, but you know, and they got a little smaller too. So I think they probably need some bigs. So we'll see what they do in round 2.
Yeah, so well, I mean, what's happening there? Of course, the Jordan Poole got paid 4 years, 128 million. And they're gonna have to pay Draymond. So the best part of this deal was moving Jordan Poole's contract. He super shrank in the playoffs. Made a ton of bad decisions. And I know the whole scuffle with Draymond happened on the front end of the year. But when you're competing for a championship, you gotta grow up. And so, I think that was one of the decisions. Of course, Draymond declined his player option. And so they want to resign him, but they've got to have the cap space to do so. This move allows them to do that. And, Chris Paul's in a position where he wants to win a championship. So now you're with a contending team where you don't have to do a lot. So even though he is 38, the pressure's not on him. He can just come in, facilitate, and stay healthy, play a lot less minutes during the regular season. Let Moses Moody go, let Jonathan Kuminga do their thing. If they can bring back Dante DiVincenzo, I think they'll be in a good place. And then, of course, they traded back for Gary Payton's son, so he gets to get back in the fold with them. So their window is
right there.
Yeah, really, really small. But they are in championship now mode. So if it doesn't work with Chris Paul, it was a 1-year rental. You get his numbers off the book, and you can, move forward with that as well. So I think that's why I was really smart on their part. But they do need to find some size, which I think they will. It'll be some veteran big man who'll be willing to sign. The buyout market halfway through the season will happen. So I think they'll be in a great position.
Yeah, I agree. One thing about the Warriors, they always draft and they do well in free agency. So that's been a culture staple of theirs for the last 15 or so years. So, shout out to them. I think they'll do well. So that said, basketball is a wrap. Well, I guess not in total. We got the WNBA on Amazon Prime. I've been watching that with my daughter. I've been watching that with Amaya, and she's becoming a big fan of the Aces. I can dig that. I'm a fan, so we'll probably be watching a lot more of it. So shout out to that.
Las Vegas is cooking.
Yeah, they're cooking. I mean,
but so are the Mystics, and so are the Liberty. It really is like the WNBA looks like this. It's it's rich and poor. There is no middle class in the WNBA.
Yeah, you either really good or you suck. It's one or the other. For real, the Liberty been strong too, man. Last couple years, for real. So, we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, she's liking the Aces. I like the Aces too. I dig the color scheme.
Just a smidge of bias.
Yeah, well,
a tiny bit of bias. But anyway, hey man, shout out to the ladies. I do still think that they could benefit from lowering the rim a little bit. I'm just saying, they could. But hey man, shout out to them out of the way. Speaking of somewhat controversial topics / moves, did y'all hear? So I'm going to bring it before we get into our fair or foul. I want to bring up 3 things. Number one, of course, everybody's talking about it. This is the the submersible controlled by an off-brand PlayStation controller that captivated the lives of millions of people around the world, all the way up literally until I believe this morning, just for us to find out that they knew what happened back on Sunday. You gotta love the distractions.
Go ahead, Rich.
I was just gonna say, prayers go out to the family members and those affected by the tragedy that happened. That should have and could have been avoided. As more news comes out about this vessel, or I don't,
I mean, vessel's correct. Vessel is correct.
I just wonder. There's so many questions that that I have, especially like with the ticket price alone, and then with what I'm hearing is the inspections that were either overlooked or not passed, or hey,
ignored.
I'll just say this: it's your money. Do with it what you will.
I guess.
But that doesn't mean it's a smart decision. All right, let me just speak on me personally. For me personally, if I'm paying $250,000, whatever it was, plus or minus with that, but I heard it was around that, right? If I'm paying $250,000 to go down, I want to know that it is 100%, inspected, all of that, safe. Not only that, I'm gonna need a master suite with a balcony. Yes, a balcony on the sub somehow that I can have my own personal view. I'm gonna need a chef to come in and fix my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm gonna need space. I'm gonna need amenities that equal $250,000. I'm gonna need a personal masseuse. I'm gonna need some things. I'm just saying. From what I hear, they're basically like this, going down in a soda can. I just
controlled by an off-brand PlayStation controller.
Controlled. And wasn't it wireless? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't know.
And I bet you they ain't use Energizer batteries. No Duracell, no nothing.
First of all, I thought I heard that they had
rechargeables.
I thought I heard that they had to keep all the power off as they descended until they got down there or something like that. Like they had to conserve the battery. First of all,
you're wild.
We talking about batteries? We talking about batteries?
Yeah.
You going all the way down there to the Titanic, and we talking about batteries
to the ocean floor.
Not a game. Not a game. Practice. Not a game.
That's what they.
No, actually, the fucked up thing is this was the game. This wasn't practice.
I mean, you saw the controller, right? Oh
man, I like the part for me is I hate that everything that happens is questionable. So of course I done heard everything under the sun. Oh, these people ain't really die. They on an island somewhere and they just let the thing go down and crunch. Which
they collected insurance.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like we
life insurance.
We done seen some stuff. We done heard some stuff. But it is extra wild. And then one of the stories I saw from, of course, the aunt of the 19-year-old was like, he didn't really want to go to begin with and was like really worried about it. And the father was like, let's just do it. It's just money. Like, I mean, these are really rich people problems. Like, because you ain't got to worry. Listen, I'm not trying to pay like like $10 to do one of them paddle boats with the feet in the Baltimore Harbor. I'm so, you know, I definitely ain't paying $200.
So
But I'm just saying it's a $10 paddle boat. You know,
you get splashed and you got to get about 100 shots.
Yeah, real talk.
I can't even talk about $250,000 problems. You know, especially whatever soda can rides for $250,000. Like that's somebody home. That's a rich
pretty
people
nice
problem.
home. It's a pretty nice home. Actually.
That's a rich
pretty
people,
nice home. Pretty much anywhere you live in America.
That is a rich people problem.
Yeah, I want to be in a it's just money. I want to have it's just money problem. It's okay. $250,000. It's just money. Man. Yeah, I need to be like that.
And you know who?
You said, say it again.
We blew that at breakfast.
Yeah.
That fell out of my pocket. Just the other day.
Right. Just pissed it away. All good. Smoked it. Which brings me to having that kind of money. I think that might be Kelis's end game, as she is allegedly dealing with the 72-year-old Bill Murray. Kelis is 43, I believe. Bill Murray's 72. This is going down. Her milkshake brought all the boys to the yard.
And they're like,
hey, man. Let me find a 72-year-old worth $180 million. Let me tell you something. Lucky I'm married. Anyway,
if they're happy, you know, hey, man, that's what matters.
If the blue pill works, more power to you.
Hey,
you know, hey, they both must be satisfied. You know, it's.
Hey,
I ain't judging nobody.
I'm not judging.
I ain't judging nobody.
I don't have much to say on this one because it's listen.
That's definitely a rich people problem.
Yeah, I'm like, more power to you, you know, Bill Murray, and more power to you, Miss Lady. What's her name again?
Kelis.
Kelis.
Damn.
Kelis.
Hey. Shout out Milkshake. Let's go Milkshake.
That's her name. Milkshake.
Yeah.
Let's go Bill Murray to the yard.
What was that other song she had? It was I hate you so much right now. Was that her?
Yeah.
That was Oh well. Anyway, and last but not least, before we get into fair or foul, we showed it last week. We got and we showed a little bit of this last week, and over the last 7 days, Elon Musk has declared the phrase cis-gendered to be a slur on Twitter. And on top of that, we have Disney, who has handsome mustachioed Disney princess for your children's viewing pleasure.
Oh, I missed that.
Yes.
Wait, say it again.
So Disney has handsome mustachioed Disney princess, or at least one handsome mustachioed Disney princess for your children to walk up to and be confused by. Shout out to Disney. Shout out to Walt Disney and the mustache, the facial hair Disney princess collection. Big shout out.
True.
Big shout out. So shout out to them. Also, Elon Musk has declared the phrase cisgender to be a slur.
Because it is
on Twitter.
I mean,
because it is.
Literally not a thing. It really doesn't exist at all.
Because I was who I was before they started throwing that around.
Long before. I feel insulted by that. I feel like everybody, certainly, you know, women should feel insulted by that, because, you know, Trying to take away everything: chest feeding, birthing person, cisgendered women. You know,
Was it us who showed the video, or did y'all see the video with the dude who tried to nurse after his child was born?
mhm. We didn't show that one, but yeah, I did see that.
Okay, what we doing? What are we doing?
We're focused on the wrong things. That's what we're doing.
What we doing?
Overall in this country.
Bro tried to nurse
with his man boob. Man tried to nurse with his man boob. This is a real thing.
Like these jokes write themselves.
This stuff happens though, but see, when you allow that kind of stuff, then you have people like, did y'all hear about the guy that's impersonating the soccer star Messi, right? And he's impersonating the soccer star, looks just like him, he's a dead ringer, and he has reportedly and allegedly smashed
23, 20,
23 or 26, I think 26 actually, I think 26, but 20 plus women under the moniker of Messi, right? And some people would say that that's dishonest, and
they would call it messy.
They'd call it messy.
I see what you did there.
That guy's here all night, y'all. He's here all night. But yeah, some might call it messy, and then others might say that those women weren't allowed the opportunity to properly consent because they thought they were sleeping with Messi, but they technically weren't. And all I'm gonna say is they were being messy. That's what they get for being messy, first of all. Second of all, how do are you assuming his identity?
Ooh.
Are we assuming his identity? How do we know he doesn't identify as Messi?
How it exactly? That's a good question. That's a good
You know what
question.
I'm saying?
How
He might if he identifies as Messi, apparently he's Messi.
I mean,
so you could, consent.
So then you did consent to sleep with
Messi. You consented to
I mean, you consented to being Messi. So.
We're having the time of our life.
That's it, because we've been drinking. All right.
And not even a lot. Not even a lot yet.
No, not even a lot. We're still in the early phases of this.
These are sober happenings,
Oh man. But hey, let me just go back to this cisgender thing real quick, because I heard that, well, I've seen the actual interview and whatnot where some persons get upset, right? Human beings, or whatever you want to call them, right? They get upset because somebody says natural born.
Yeah.
Like a natural born man or a natural born woman. So you get upset about natural born man and woman, but you're quick to call somebody a cisgender. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I mean, they both kind of have that same meaning where it's you're assigned this at birth, or your position at birth, or your biology says this at birth.
The funny thing is that they're admitting mental health. Like, they're basically saying, like, you are a man, but in your mind, psychologically, and somewhere in here, you think you're not a man.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hey.
Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you just chop them off. Okay. It's a hatchet job, baby.
Then sometimes you want them back. You chop them off.
Chop them off. Try to catch them before they hit the ground. Put them back. My bad. I was just playing. I didn't really want to do that.
It's gonna be a long night.
But we know this. We know you don't really want to do that. So, yep, it's gonna be that kind of night. Let's get down to some fair foul, yo. Let's go ahead and change the subject real quick.
Oh damn, we hadn't even
Ready. We hadn't even got to the fair foul. That's the wild part. It's gonna be a hell of a night. Let's run through it, yo. Let's listen to this one. We talked a little bit about this last week. When people, we'll say people, say that they are too busy. Get your glasses ready. Let's go up to it.
Barack Obama, when he was president of the United States, is the most powerful man in the free world. Do you think he would tell Michelle, I'm sorry, I didn't have time to text you, I'm the president? I didn't have time to get back to you. Sorry, baby, you have to go figure out what you want to do with the family because I'm the president. I guarantee you it never came up. Why? Because as much as he's the president, his wife, his love life is his priority. We can, especially now with technology, we can text, we can send a voice note, we can do a video. There's so many ways to stay connected with somebody you care about, someone you're dating, someone you're in a relationship with. So when someone says, I'm too busy, it's just an excuse. They're saying, you're not enough of a priority for me to adjust my day to communicate with you. I want to say it that clearly, not to upset you, not to depress you, but to prepare you. So when you get that, you then can say, okay, this person may not be my person because they're communicating that I'm not their priority. And don't be emotional about it. Say, okay, I'm not your priority. I'm glad to know that. But what I know is anyone that really cares and that does not want to lose you, they're going to prioritize you. Period. End of story.
First things first, let me put this up real quick. Go ahead and put that up.
Because we are indeed laughing hysterically. Hysterically. Jay, you all right with me?
Real quick.
Yeah, Jay, you all right?
Yes, sir. Jay Owen, you the man. And shout out to everybody in the comments. Yo, let us know what y'all think about all that. So with that being said, fair or foul, person says they're too busy. It simply means that you are not enough of a priority. Is that fair or foul?
Them
not have somebody be a priority.
Them actually saying it, or the belief that you're not a priority?
Both. I like where you went with that.
So then I'll say them saying it is fair, but the belief that you're not a priority is foul. Because I imagine, just based on the way he was talking, this ain't no person like that you met yesterday. Like it seems like somebody you've been dealing with, which I would imagine at that point, they already know like what kind of lifestyle you live, like what it is that you do when you aren't available. I think he was the one that mentioned the Obamas, and like Michelle was fully aware of what she was getting into. Now she talked about the periods that she didn't like it, but she was very well aware of what he was getting into. And so I'm certain, if something jumped off of an international priority, Barack ain't had time to be like, hey babe, somebody just bombed whatever, so I'm gonna have to hit you later. He just went to work, you know what I'm saying? And when he got back to her, he told her what was going on. And I think that happens with a lot of us, regardless of the level that we're on. If there's something that it needs your immediate attention and is going to take you out of your normal routine, what you would do as a responsible person, as a responsible partner, is then come back after everything is taken care of and say, this is what happened that I wasn't able to get to you, in such and such amount of time, or like I normally do, you know what I'm saying? But like, that doesn't make you less of a priority. It means I'm working right now. Like, and I think we've lost a lot of like ourselves because of the age of social media and even cell phones in general, because like people just assume because you have a cell phone that they have 24-hour access to you, and that's dead. Like people got lives, people got real jobs that require their attention, people have children, people have like responsibilities to themselves, people just want their peace. And so like I think we have to stop assuming that, one, stop assuming the worst of people all the time. Now, a pattern is a pattern, a behavior is a behavior, but if it's an anomaly, like get over yourself that like the person just didn't check in with you beforehand, and you like that part is ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I think it definitely just has to be established up front, and not just up front, but it's continuous, constant communication, and again, knowing what you want and expressing that, because you're not, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get it all right. You're not going to have somebody that just has a ton of money and a ton of time and just able to, unless they've already built that. Now, if they built it already to where, they have the money already built up, right? And so now they have the money and the time to devote to you, then yes, right now you are the priority. They've already built it up. But if they're in the building stages, I mean, like Kev was saying, they got a life. They, that it has to be communicated, because for me, for example, right, my priority is my family. But the reason why I'm away so much is because they are my priority, is because I got to go out and work and make sure that I bring, home the bacon, so to speak. Right. Sorry for you vegans out there, but, I got to be able to provide, and that doesn't drop them on the list of the priority. It's just what I have to do right now. And it just needs to be communicated. So, for those out there that are either fresh in and dating and whatnot, there's things that just has to be communicated and expressed. And, again, if you want to go in like, oh, well, he needs to have some money and he needs to get all his time to me, this, that, and the third. What you want, what you really want. Because if you really want that, you need to drop him and go find you a 60-year-old sugar daddy who can give you what you're looking for.
That's what Kelis did.
See how that tied in right there?
See what I'm saying?
He takes them wrinkly balls out, and
Hey, those wrinkly balls are worth $180 million apparently. So $90 million a ball. Approximately $10 million a wrinkle.
So, all right, I'm not going to go there.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm not going to go there. That's up to it. That's up to it, down to it after dark.
Oh,
even though it's dark, it gets dark.
Is it dark yet? It is dark. Okay. It does get darker. It gets worse. Far worse.
Oh, I'll put it to you this way. So does that mean she'd be swallowing? All right, never mind. Let's move on. Come on. Yeah. It's money. Some people spend money, and some
people deposit money. It's a deposit.
in some places with
thousands of dollars.
Approximately $10,000 a milkshake drop.
Places and things.
That's one expensive milkshake.
Mm-hmm. Brought all the boys to the yard. Okay, all right.
All natural milkshake.
All natural.
That means it comes from nature.
Or is it cis natural? Or it's a cis shake.
Hey, man, that's a slur on this platform.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. You know what? Oh, man.
That's almost bad as saying nigga or something.
Yikes.
Hey, my man said power.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
Perfect time to remind everybody to take a second, like, share, and subscribe. Specifically share. You're going to want to tell your friends to jump on for the rest of this because we are only a little bit in. We leaving that one there. That shit is foul, I think. Right? Right? Or fair. Or something.
Fairly foul.
Fairly foul.
Fairly foul.
I like that one.
I kind of like that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, man. Oh, no. That's okay. Wait. I actually did want to say something about that. Yes, niggas be busy. You're absolutely right. You both are absolutely right. People be busy, male and female. We be busy. That doesn't necessarily mean that person isn't a priority. It just means that, again, that person has a life. And honestly, if like Rich said, if I'm working because you're my priority. Now, I understand if we're talking about, sitting around playing video games for no apparent reason. And don't get me wrong, you should sit around and play some video games, fellas.
Yeah,
Take
you
your
should
time.
have your leisure time. Yeah.
Take your time to have your leisure, okay? We need that. But obviously that can't be all day. You know what I'm saying? They can't be all day, every day kind of thing. So yes, of course, you have to make them a priority. You know what I'm saying? So yes, your significant other needs to be a priority. And when we get married, they become the priority. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we get married, they become the priority, and everything that I do should be geared towards the betterment of our union.
Yeah, and also, looking at it from, again, another angle is, as us, husbands or, as men, we definitely need to make sure that not only, are we, we're going out there and providing and, getting the bag, so to speak, right? And we're doing all those things. It doesn't just stop there. We are making them a priority is also, taking the time to, set up a date night or, massage your back or, do some things that, that cater to, those things that y'all communicated that you like or she likes, right? So she likes to go out dancing. Well, then, yes, you're working. Yes, she's the priority. But if that's what she likes to do, make sure you take some time to take her out dancing. If she likes painting, if she likes, and again, it's a constant communication because things may change. When you first met, she liked partying. She liked going out. She liked lounges or clubs or whatnot. Now it might be different. Now she likes dinner. She likes movies. She likes going for walks. She likes, libraries. I don't know. But right? One in the stink and two in the pink. I don't know. Listen, you find out what it is and you make that the priority. Okay. You shock and awe. Okay. All right. That's all I got. All right. We can move on. Go on.
I can't. I can't. I had too much to drink.
You're going to have to.
Oh, boy.
You're going to have to.
Yeah. Hey, man. Shout out to the thumb rest, the thumb warmers out there. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Big baby. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Speaking of which, we're gonna find out whether or not this husband is an asshole. I know that's not particularly where we were going with that, but we're gonna find out whether or not this husband is an asshole. And really, this is a pretty deep fair or foul. This is kind of like you can almost make up 2 or 3. So I'm just gonna see where y'all go with this one, what y'all reaction to this particular incident is. Get y'all glasses ready. This one's gonna be interesting.
Am I the We're moving to a hotel because my wife's family insisted I sleep on the couch. My wife and I got married last summer. Her family lives across the country from us, so up until this point, I had never actually visited. I had met them a handful of times, but we've always gotten along fine. They invited us to come visit and stay with them for a few days, and we took them up on the offer. We flew in yesterday. Everything went well. Her dad and I watched football. Well, that's fun to do. While she caught up with her mom and her sister. And then we finally had a nice dinner. But things went south at the end of the night when it was made clear that they didn't want me sharing a bed with my wife while in their home, and that they expected me to sleep on the couch. By the way, I had a handful of comments on this, but she won't let me do it. This is her show and I got to behave. I honestly thought, what?
You're still adding comments.
I'm going to shut up and read. I love this show. I honestly thought they were joking at first, but they insisted we sleep separately. I had a problem with the implication that I shouldn't be allowed to sleep next to my wife. And also, I have a bad back and the couch did not look at least bit comfortable. They didn't have a guest room. After arguing back and forth for a bit, I decided to leave and book a hotel. I told my wife she didn't have to come with me. She chose to stay, and I said I'll come back the next day. I went off to the Marriott about 10 miles away and got a good night's sleep, trying not to let the whole situation bother me.
Hell yeah.
This morning, I called my wife asking when I should come by. She told me my parents want me to apologize for leaving the way that I did. I told her that I am willing to apologize to keep the peace, but they need to acknowledge that it wasn't appropriate to insist that I can't share a bed with my own wife. She said she'd talk to them and then call me back.
Okay.
About 10 minutes later, I hear back from her. She tells me that not only will they not apologize for it, they are now insisting that I need to come back and stay on the couch for the rest of our visit. If I don't agree to this, I'm not welcome back in the house. I'm pretty livid at this point. I told her that there is absolutely no chance that I will do that, and I am no longer willing to offer any sort of apology. This is a great negotiation. My wife's sisters are now bothering me, saying this is just the way their parents are, that my wife is very upset and I need to just give in and stay on the couch for the rest of the trip before it turns into something sort of a family feud. From my perspective, I didn't care what they think, and I'm willing to treat the rest of the trip as a solo vacation. Go sightseeing, meet my wife back at the airport at the end of the week. Am I the
Yeah, not the. I think this is a very weird request. It seems like they're having quite the pissing match between them.
You're probably wondering. You're probably wondering what this is, right? Right? Yeah.
Tell them what it is, yo.
You ever played flag football? Flag football? Yeah. These are several red flags. Okay.
Several.
Flag on the play. Flags.
Many flags on the play for them, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
You said it's
what?
My wife.
So I can marry her. I can sleep in my bed with her. I can make your grandbabies with her. But
I can come to your house, have dinner, watch TV, have a great time.
But I'm supposed to not sleep in the same room as.
But when it comes down to it,
my wife,
not girlfriend, not side yonder, not I just.
I mean, are we taking a shot for that?
But hold on, we can. Let's take a shot for that because that was wild. But then we're going to talk about the other side of it. Okay.
Oh, because there is another side.
Oh yeah.
Because it should have read my ex-wife.
That part.
Hello.
That part.
Why wouldn't she at the hotel with him?
How the Bible verse go, Trey?
The man to find a wife, find a good thing, or that it's better to be stuck in a desert than in a house with a contentious woman.
Cleave.
Right. Therefore shall a man leave his house. Therefore shall he leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife. Leave and cleave.
Leave and cleave.
Listen, he must not have gave her away at the altar or something. How she listen?
But how does that work?
She
Whatever.
stayed in the family home while the husband went down yonder to stay in a hotel.
And that's what the problem is.
They might be.
Problem is.
Listen, they might be kissing cousins.
Listen,
Daddy might be
all in the family.
I'm just it's
all in the family.
Something ain't.
The math ain't mathing on this one, cause was the mom sick? The dad sick? She had to stay there. Like what? In what world? Listen,
the sisters were defending the parents. Like the sisters were saying, like that's just how they are. You got to deal with it. Like,
that's just how they are.
That's crazy.
That you know that's toxic, right? This is just the way I am. You better accept. Actually, no, these are character flaws, and you better work on them.
Tremendously.
So their parents sleep in separate beds.
They definitely have twin beds on opposite ends of the nightstand.
Probably separate rooms.
Yeah.
No, probably separate rooms. I don't know.
Huh?
You know, I only am aware of maybe one or two couples actually slept in separate rooms. You know, they didn't have the happiest of marriages, which is part of the reason why they slept in separate rooms. I'm just saying it's kind of hard to cleave from separate rooms.
I don't know. I've even heard of married couples sleeping in separate rooms because one snores, and they've been doing it for years. I've heard of that.
I just don't get that. I don't understand that.
We have technology here. We have technology that helps with snoring and
earplugs.
Different, Yeah.
Earplug. Be finding any damn reason to leave their marriage, leave their responsibility, any reason, yo. Leave the room. Because you just asking for it, man. You asking for it.
So he took another woman to his hotel, is what I'm hearing.
Probably went to a bar.
I don't think he had to take one there. It was probably some already there.
Because
the inconvenience
you're gonna alone.
Listen,
probably would have been enough. The inconvenience of alone would have been enough.
Let me send him out. That's just I don't. It's again the math isn't mathing.
And for two nights, he let that happen.
And they said you better come back and sleep on the sofa.
You better
make them.
We don't care about your back. We don't care about your problems.
Bet you that sofa was leather.
And it had plastic on it.
And had plastic.
Plastic.
And they don't believe in air conditioning.
He's just opening windows and running fans.
And you had to sleep in flannel pajamas.
Listen,
they don't believe in showing skin.
And
you had to get up when the first person that's downstairs is up.
Which is 5:30 in the morning.
They're in the space that you're sleeping, so you're automatically going to be.
I am disgusted.
There'd be divorce papers. They're like, hey man, I clearly made a mistake and the mistake is that she didn't go with her husband.
That's the biggest one right there.
She didn't go with her husband. That's also biblical. That's also biblical too. Eve didn't listen to Adam, who gave the direction from God, and Welcome to periods, ladies. I didn't say it. Next time, don't listen at no snake. All right. Anyway, okay.
That darn cis woman.
Damn cisgendered. All right. This next one, we gonna
Had
cut
she
that. This
had
next one
she
though
had she been
has
all right?
been
I'm not
making its
gonna go.
rounds on social media. There is
Talk
some
about
context behind this. So again, grab your glasses, get ready for this one. Graduation shenanigans. I'll give a short title for this one. But hey man, sometimes you just feel like you don't have your moment and you just gotta snatch that son of a bitch out the air, I guess, or whatever. So anyway, get your glasses ready, take a look at this one. Shit is wild. Shit is wild.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. You didn't let me get my moment, so I want to say my name is Kelis and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me.
Oh, drops the mic. Congratulations!
So, here's my story time. Basically, what happened was, I was walking on, and we had to announce our names and say our name before we get on the stage. So, I was saying my name, and she literally, my name is long. My name, obviously, I have like 3 syllables in my name. I'm not gonna say exactly my name right now, but okay, just so you get a point. So I didn't even finish getting to say my name. And then the people that went before me and everything, they all got to say their name, their major, and even extras. And me and another girl noticed that she was pulling the mic down super fast for some black people. I don't want to be that person, but that was the tea. So, I mean, I just couldn't let that happen because I just feel like I worked so hard to graduate and went through so much shit to graduate that I just felt like I had to reclaim my moment. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a problematic person. I don't want to ruin no one's day. I don't want to violate anybody, but that's what she did. She didn't even let me finish speaking. She put the mic down, cut me off, and that was the only time I was able to speak. So I just feel like that wasn't right.
Graduate girl lied about why she snatched the microphone.
John Booth, Amy Gomez, Angelica Chiara Villar, Gina Agudelo, Amoya Doyley, Alexandra Robinson, Janelle Wellington. Big up Jamaica. Woo!
Get happy with it.
Brian Amadis.
Hey, I want the mic. Let's go. You didn't let me get my moment, so I want to say my name is Kelis and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me.
Drop the mic. Congratulations, girl. You didn't let her get her moment.
Yeah, so it doesn't just stop there, guys. We also have another brave young black woman, a beautiful black woman, by the way. I just want to make that clear. Beautiful black woman took to TikTok to explain her side of the story because she also was at the graduation. And she basically says that this black girl crying racism and victimhood, which justify her snatching the mic like that, was lying. Take a look.
Basically, let them furthest from the truth. Every situation like this, I was in the graduation. I graduated with my graduation. Basically, there was 2 sections, Section A and Section B, and within those 2 sections, there was 2 long lines, and we were told to say our names when we approached the lady in the video, to say our names within the mic. But She didn't know any of our names to know whether or not it was long, short, how many siblings, X, Y, Z. She didn't know. To hold it a certain way, how long, none of that. So basically, there was people who did say other things extra other than their name, but they weren't just one race. There was a lot of people of all races saying other things other than the race, but we wasn't told to say our major or any of that. We were just really told to say our first and last name. I also have said other things extra than my first and last name. I said I love my mama, and some girl before me who was also a chocolate girl said big up Jamaica. So I don't see where this, because we're black and all this other things that's coming into play. I also believe that she did that because it was a little white old lady. If it wasn't anybody else, I don't believe she would have done that. She would have took her L and would have walked. That was the case. If that really happened. Also, the mic was never handed to us for it to get snatched. The lady was going back and forth to each line, because remember there was 2 lines with with a person, and going back and forth, going to each person like this to say their names. So it wasn't no pause for somebody to hold the mic to say their name, to take it back or anything. So she wanted her moment, she got her moment. That's what she was looking for, a moment. But I would say that graduation was not the best graduation. It wasn't a proper graduation. We didn't go on stage. We didn't. They didn't hand us our diploma. I do think that part of the graduation was stolen, but it wasn't that name stuff. I feel like she made the graduation her graduation, not everybody else's graduation. But I do think they should do next year, for the next people, do better, because that was not a proper graduation, and I don't think anybody deserved that for the hard work they put in for school.
Lots to talk about there. Lots to talk about there. So now we've seen the full context. I wanted to make sure that all of that was shown. The explanation, the additional angle, her, it's showing her walking away and then walking back and snatching the mic and saying, and I quote, I want the mic, all of that stuff. Wanted to make sure that all that context was there before we asked, was her reaction fair or foul?
All right. She felt disrespected. It was her moment to shine. She wanted to say her name and let everybody know what the deal was. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say, she was fair in that she wanted to, get her name out there. I think that process of what they were doing was foul. Like, how you not have everybody's name? Like, you should be able to have their names listed and be able to read their names off, because that prevents things like this that just happened. Like, come on. Was she extra? Absolutely. But again, she felt like she was disrespected. She didn't get to say her full name and her moment to shine. I don't know. Both of them were, she wanted to take the mic. The other lady didn't want her to take the mic. It really did feel remedial. It felt like just childish and ignorant. Like, just on both parties, on both sides. Like, I'm not, if I'm holding the mic, I'm already mad that I'm holding the mic. And this is what y'all thought of. I'm like, nah, somebody else come get this, because I'm not holding the mic up to you and then you and then you and then you. Nah, I'm not doing that. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna get a stand, a mic stand. I'm gonna put that in a second there. You can go up to it and say your name. You know,
Swinging it back and forth.
what are we doing here? You swinging mics in people's face.
We being unsanitary is what we doing.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
unsanitary.
She probably done bopped somebody, a couple people in the mouth with the mic, and some
She
people been
old.
spitting on the mic and what? Come,
She old.
what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I'm just saying.
It's like during communion when you take a piece of the bread and you dip it in the same cup, and like the people be letting their fingertips get into the. It's unsanitary. All right. But the graduate is foul though. I don't care what happens I guess now that I've seen all the angles, because you know how hysteria happens. Like people edit videos and cut off beginnings and middles and ends. So it's important to have all the angles. And I'm gonna call a graduate foul. And I'll lead with this: graduations have a graduation rehearsal. Graduations have like protocols that are probably sent out in emails at this point. Like, this is what to expect at graduation. This is what we do. This is what we don't do. And I'm certain that whatever school this is, no matter how small, this is not their first graduation. So this wasn't for practice. This wasn't the inaugural class of whatever. And so, this girl who's attended this institution for some years, I'm even willing to put money on it that she's been to a graduation before, even if that's not the main ceremony. Like, colleges have their own little ceremonies for the individual schools and then have a big ceremony for everybody. She's been down this road before. So I'm calling her the graduate foul, because she already knew what to expect before she got to this point and just wanted to literally have her moment. It's incredibly selfish for the people who have to come after her, because, now the crowds are having conversations about what just took place as the next 3, 4, 5, 10 people try to, say their name on the microphone and have their moment to shine. So I just thought it was completely unnecessary. Like, even if she felt like she didn't get her moment, whatever that is, like, that wasn't the time and place to do it. So I just think Shorty was foul all around.
That bad boy look ring-a-ding. It looked. So I'll put it to this way. My oldest, right? He had a graduation. It was supposed to happen outside. They ended up taking it inside, and the whole seating arrangement, man, it was a mess. They was trying to get it together, this, that, and the third. It looked almost like this graduation here, okay? But guess what they did? They still read off them names. They still read off them names. Again, listen. Is what she did messy and ignorant? And absolutely. But look on the other side. Like, she only got to say her first name. I mean, hey, man, she feels some kind of way. Her family is there to hear her name called. Like, I don't know. Trey, what you think? What you think, Trey? You sitting over there on mute. We about to take shots. Okay, there we go.
No. I was making sure I didn't accidentally interrupt nothing. It's foul as fuck. All right. There's no justifying this, especially because she was lying. So there's no evidence anywhere. And the young lady who spoke at the end also bunked this, and the video also bunked what she said. She was allowed to say first and last name. She was allowed to say all 4 syllables of her 3-syllable name.
Niggas don't be thinking straight when they angry. She can't count. It's okay.
Yet she's a graduate.
She only needed 109.
So
yeah, right.
So was she mad she didn't get to be extra like some other people got to be extra?
No, that's the point. Nobody else got to be extra. Even in that video when the girl that was trying to shout out, like she was trying to say something more than her first and last name, the mic was pulled away from her too as soon as she was done with her last name. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the rule. Follow the fucking rules. You don't get to break the fucking rules just because you graduated. You know what I'm saying? Sit your silly ass down, say your long ass name, and sit the fuck down. What are we talking about?
Wait,
Now,
Wait, so I must have missed it then, because I haven't seen this. This is my first time seeing the video. So she actually did get to say her whole name?
yeah, she said her whole name. She said her whole name and kept it moving.
Yes, she's foul, man.
All 4 syllables of
I
her
missed
3
that part.
All 4. She said all 4 syllables of her 3-syllable name. Silly bitch.
Her name is. All right.
Go back and listen. Go back and listen. Go back and listen to her say her name. It's 4 syllables.
I don't need to go back and listen.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? And the other people who are foul is everybody who is supporting her, talking about, yeah, you go, girl. No, sit the fuck down. No, you don't go home. Go home, Roger.
Go, girl, go home.
Get out of here, man. Now I'm not condoning that. That's not okay. I don't care if it's your graduation. I don't care if you felt disrespected. I don't care about your stupid little feelings. Take a degree and keep it moving. I care about your little feelings. Grow up. Grow up. Nothing more than feelings.
Oh man.
Try to forget my feelings of love.
I tried to throw in a little controversy here, but
like I can't even stand on that.
Hey, I can't finish this with a straight face.
He went from 10 toes to flat footed.
Yeah, you did.
I tried to make some sense of.
You had to stir the pot just a little bit. Stir the pot. Nah, hell no. That chick foul as fuck, man. Get out of here.
Niggas gonna neg is my favorite phrase.
Yeah, man. That's a fact. It's a snap effect. Yeah, man. Get out of here. We gotta stop that, man. We gotta stop condoning that kind of foolishness. All right. Speaking of which, here we go. We're gonna talk about the table. At the table. Let's talk a little bit about it. Hey, he knows it.
I'll be ready.
I remember where you were on my screen.
Because it's so weird. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Weird as shit. Everything disoriented. Anyway, backstage shit, y'all. All right, let's talk about this, man. Again, get your glasses ready. Let's talk about the table. Here we go.
This generation today, these young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
But what happens to when the woman tell you, I don't need a man, Steve?
I'm hearing a lot of how much money is involved. I'm hearing a lot of what your stuff, what you bringing to the table. You hearing people say that a woman don't have to bring nothing to the table. Yes, what?
Do for myself.
Yeah, but why do you want to? Yeah, okay, you can drop a transmission. You can sandblast your house. But hell, do you want to?
No.
If somebody could get out there and drop this transmission for you and sandblast your house, why don't you go get your nails done? I'm not trying to reduce a woman to nothing else. Be all you can be. But damn, who don't need a man? That's a lie. What man don't need a woman? I tell you what. Try to live without them. Try to live your life without women. This ain't about la-da-da, man. This some bullshit without women.
And it don't have to be about the money. But wouldn't it be nice if she brought a good attitude? Wouldn't it be nice if she brought a nurturing disposition about herself? Wouldn't it be nice if she could make a goddamn cake from scratch?
Do you have a bachelor's, master's, or a PhD?
What I have is similar to a bachelor's degree, yes.
Do you make over 6 figures?
Yes.
All right, then why aren't you married?
I don't know.
Because we don't care about your bachelor's or your 6 figures. Men do not give a flip about that. We don't care about your money because we can't spend it. Your money is your money. It means nothing to us. Zero.
If you make $100K, how much do you want your man to make?
If I'm currently making 100K, I would assume that I would meet someone in the same bracket, so he'd probably make 100K, the same or more. One, we do live in modern society. Women do work, men do work. I'm not gonna sit home and not do anything. Hypergamy is also still very much a thing, so you're always gonna date someone in the same bracket or someone that makes more. It's between the two.
Would you be open to dating a guy if he was making like 55K?
It wouldn't make sense for me to date down, personally, just because if a guy wants to lead a relationship, how is he leading it if he's making less?
So it's all about money when it comes on to the ability to lead?
For a man to lead in general, the money helps you lead in a lot of ways, responsibilities and goals in a relationship. If it's just money, you're not making any money. What are you doing that's leading as a man? How can you treat me good if you're not making enough money to feel like a man?
Wouldn't it be nicer if you woke up Sunday morning, the house was filled up with Sunday dinner smells? Wouldn't it be nice? We are not talking about that no more. We're talking about how much money. And that is what I believe is just tearing our community down even further.
But these young boys done forgot it because these women out here, they've had to be independent because they ain't got the right man.
Okay.
But this system of marriage is still good.
Okay.
This system of a man taking care of a woman, that's really how it's supposed to be. All the rest of it's bullshit, man. And y'all need to quit tricking yourself with this new way of thinking. Because this new way of thinking ain't getting y'all no damn well.
Group of white girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach.
You have to look and say, who groomed them?
We are sick people. We're working for the future, because working for the present, we ain't making no progress.
Man, I want to say first and foremost, climate change is real. Global warming is real. Hell might have in fact frozen over, because I agree with Monique. If I had the gasp sound effect, if I had that playing, that would be going the fuck off right now. Okay, if I had that, I'm gonna get that. But I actually agree with Monique, and I just wanted to say that first. All right, I'm out.
So listen, I feel like we had this talk about the table before, and because the table ain't going nowhere. I'm ready to have a tables, ladders, and chairs match. That's my,
Devon, get the table.
The table. You either bringing something to the table, you sitting your ass down somewhere, so you need a chair, and clearly we're trying to climb something, and
rung by damn rung.
So we're gonna have a tables, ladders, and chairs match. And my feeling now is what it was before, in that. So if I'm going out with a person, I'm not literally saying to them, "Hey, you, what do you bring to the table?" That's a wild question to ask a person, but I'm going to ask questions that answer that question for me. Like, what are your ultimate goals? Like, do you want marriage? Do you want children? Like, what do you think your role in a relationship is? What strengths or weaknesses do you have? What did you learn from your last relationship? Like, there are questions that you can ask a person that lets you know what they bring to the table without asking them, what do you bring to the table? But everybody has to come to the relationship with something. Otherwise, there's no purpose in two people being in a relationship. If I get with somebody and I'm still doing everything, I might as well not have that person. that's exhausting. I'm already doing everything for myself. So why would I want to be with somebody to continue to do everything myself? It's weird energy. Rich, I'm gonna let you have a little time. I'm nowhere near done, but like, Rich, I want you to, because what?
I'm just going to chime in real quick and just say that right off the back, as you were talking, and as I was thinking back at what Steve Harvey was saying, it sounds like in that conversation with what he was talking about, there is no table, there's a shelf, and you have now that wife is on the shelf, and that's a trophy wife. If she ain't bringing nothing to the table, she don't have to bring nothing to the table. That means you at the table by yourself, and she up on the shelf. She's there to look good. There to just, when your friends come over, hey, look what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it sounds like. That's what I got from it. You know what I'm saying? From what he was saying. But I agree with Monique. And I agree with you, Kev. It's not necessarily saying, hey, what do you bring to the table? But it's through the questions. It's through, getting to know the person, that you find out what that person brings. And it's not the words, because that over time, truth will manifest, because it's in the actions, because when you, it's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to be about it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Monique was spot on, because it's not monetary. It's not all, I should say, it's not always monetary. She might be an excellent cook, excellent cleaner, excellent comforter, or
organizer.
just organizer, have a way with words. She's your piece. I mean, that's a big one right there. She's good with her hands. Yeah, I'm just saying, she's.
But also literally too.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. So,
yeah, and
go ahead, Kev.
And I was thoroughly disturbed by the video with the girl who was like, if you ain't making no money, when he asked her about a person making 55K. Now, granted, I'm not saying 55K is a ton of money, because like, especially in the good old state of Maryland, like 55K ain't sending you too many places. PG County expensive, Howard County expensive, like everything is going up. So like you gotta be better than that. But to say 55K ain't making no money is wild. Like I remember the life, like I had a lifestyle making $23,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So like I imagine what I could do at 55, and I know what I can do beyond 55. But like, if your income is 100K and my income is 55K, we're as a unit making $155,000 a year. If we can't together make that into something that makes our lifestyle work, what that says to me is your priorities are in the wrong place. And like, I think, it's what Monique said, like, and again, I'm with y'all. It's wild that I'm like in agreement with her, because like I ain't been in agreement with her since, fat women, skinny women jokes on stage. But like, it's gotta be about more than the money, because a man could make $300,000 and belittle you and cheat on you and never have time for you, just like we had to, the conversation, not communicate with you, let you know what's going on with him. But, oh, you making all the money in the world, so you get to go to brunch with your girls and blah, blah, blah. But he cheating on you and he beating on you and all of that, making 300,000, 500,000, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But you could have a man who makes $55,000 a year, who makes time for you and for the kids that don't belong to him, but he makes sure that they, get to school every day. And what qualities in a partner are you looking for? Like, and that's what people are missing. I mean, we see it all the time on social media. It's all about, oh, I ain't going 50-50 with no person. Well, what is your relationship? Because it's never 50-50, but it is. You know what I'm saying? If you're down and your partner's up, then it's going to look like 80-20. If your partner's down and you're up, then it could look like 70-30. You know what I'm saying? It's something different every time. But in the grand scheme of things, your relationship is 50-50. And that's not a bill thing. That's a, how can I support you in your biggest like moments of need? And we're missing it because we only want to talk about money, when yes, money is necessary to make a lot of stuff shake, but it's not the end all be all. Y'all get hungry, right? Who's cooking a meal? Like, even if y'all don't cook, who's ordering? Like, where's the priority? Where's the order? Like, how do y'all delegate tasks in a household? Like, there's so many other things. And that's what frustrates the hell out of me every time we find ourselves here. It's like, people just be dumb because y'all don't think outside the box. Y'all don't have no opinions of your own. Everything, is set up by what social media says and what your girlfriends who ain't in happy relationships say. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't happy, but you swear it's for pictures, it's for clout, it's for status, it's for whatever, but it ain't for your own happiness. It ain't for your own peace. It ain't for your joy because you have no thoughts of your own. Grow up.
Yeah. Like the message I got from that young lady was money equals being a leader. Being a leader equals money. Like, no, that's all wrong. And if you're looking for, if all of those qualities have a price tag attached to it, then you don't have an older mentor in your life, and you need to get one. You need to get you an older mentor. I'm talking no younger than 50. Like, you need to get you an older mentor in your life, and really, like, it's good to have your peers and whatnot. It's good to, have that time you can hang out and have fun, do those things. But you also need to listen, right, to older generations who have been there, done that. I mean, if you look at Monique, right, she's not as young as she once was, and she's not talking the same way that she used to talk. She's been through some things. She done learned some things, right? And she's given, her perspective and what she's seen and what she knows. Like that sounded like wisdom coming from her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that didn't sound like this is what she wants. This sounds like, looking back, she's like, oh wow, like, nah, this is what it is. Y'all need to listen, young folk, because this is what it is. So, like you were saying, Kev, the social media has it, just upside down, up is pink, down is brown. I mean, it's crazy right now, right? I'm taking that from Trey's book. I'm just saying, like, you got to get, number one, if, again, you got to get off social media, get around some wise older folk, talk to them. This is one of the things that I really do appreciate about my wife, is because she has no problem. Actually, she loves, talking to our older generations, like, even, our 70-year-olds, our 80-year-olds, like, she loves talking to them. They drop that knowledge, that wisdom. They've been through. I mean, think about it. If somebody is, 90 years old right now, just think about how much life they've been through, all the changes. They were around when there weren't even cell phones, when there weren't even color TV, when, world wars were going on. Like, that's a lot of, you see what I'm saying? That's a lot of knowledge and wisdom in there.
Yeah.
That is not at the forefront. At the forefront right now is the YouTubes and the what do you call them? Them people
TikTok.
Don't really have any special talent other than
Influencer.
Kardashian.
There you go.
Paris Hilton's.
Kim Kardashians and the Paris Hiltons. Their talents are stuck in mediocre.
I'm just saying, Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, y'all hit a lot of that. A lot. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Monique of all people, but when you're right, and she's right about this. I've said before, and I'll say again, um, women value love, men value respect. Okay, let's say this again. It's gonna help with y'all, men, ladies, men. We. It's cool that you love us. We ain't asking for love. We look for respect. We look for peace, and we look for respect more than we look for love in your box. Although we do love love, and we do love your box.
Amen.
Okay, amen and amen. Okay. We also, however, we value peace and respect over those two things, right? So what Monique was saying about what do you bring to the table, the things that she mentioned were elements of peace. Can you cook a meal? Is it comforting? It's comforting to wake up on Sunday morning and, smell that good, home cooked food, right? Like that's a labor of love. At least that was considered at one time to be a labor of love before the feminists decided to make it, servitude. It's not servitude, it's not a requirement. It's something that you do out of love for me and the family. Just like me going to work 40, 45, 50 hours plus a week is a labor of love for that. It's like building things or whatever it is that I'm at your beck and call for, whatever it is, which is plenty of things. Okay. The honey-do list is long and real. Okay. All those things are labors of love too, because it's what we're doing to move our family forward. So, you know, a lot of people have forsaken those things. Like Cam was saying, even if you're not cooking, are you contributing to the dinner plan, right? Whatever it is, right? Are you contributing to the household things? Are you contributing to, taking care of the kids? If who's dropping the kids off? Are you contributing to that? Are you taking them to daycare? Are you taking them to, swim class or whatever it is, whatever it is that works for you and your family, right? Both parties have to be able to come to the table to do all that. So I think in the end, when we start asking, what do you bring to the table? I think what men are trying to do is figure out what are the red flags in the woman before we get down the road to where we are committed to them, whether it's time or money or living space or bank accounts or whatever, right? Exactly. Right? Or marriage just for them to leave. 70% of marriages are ended by women. 90% are ended by women if they have a degree. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so men basically want to make sure that you ain't another. This is my opinion. They want to make sure that you ain't somebody else trying to come in and what was it, hypergamy? Like, I'm good for right now until you go up to another level, and then you got to get another guy better than me. Now the commitment and everything that we build isn't good enough. You got to go here now, right? And I think a lot of guys don't want to have to deal with that because honestly, Rich, you brought this up before. Marriage and being a stepfather and things like that, they aren't necessarily beneficial for men, not necessarily. Women can leave and take half your shit just like that. Half of everything you built, just like that. So I think a lot of that table conversation comes from not wanting to have that happen. Because again, 7 out of every 10 divorces is started by the woman.
And ever since Steve Harvey wrote that damn book and turned it into a movie, which I love the movie. I don't like them books.
No.
It's
almost a bunch of simping.
Yeah, it's
a bunch of pandering.
It's given a pass to well, I won't say it's given a pass to do nothing, because I can understand his thoughts behind the book that women do have a lot of power in a lot of scenarios, which particularly when it comes to their bodies. Women decide if they're going to let you sleep with them or not.
Right.
That's which I mean that makes sense.
Gatekeepers.
We're not,
they are the gatekeepers of sex. We're the gatekeepers of marriage.
That kind of thing. And and in respect, for that, like you shouldn't just be humping whatever. Like if a man can't do anything for you, which again is what we bring to the table. If I can't do anything for you as a man, why are you sharing your body with me? So like I understand those premises. I saw a meme the other day. It was like, you know, why would you be sleeping with a man but have to ask another man for anything? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's weird energy. Like I'm giving my body to you, but like if I'm in a bind, I gotta call on somebody else. My tire goes flat, I can't call on you to help me. Like that's weird energy. So like I do understand the need for women to be more careful with who they select, you know, for whatever it is they're looking for. If even if you're just looking for like sexual intimacy from a person, you should still be careful with who that person is, you know, because again, everybody's end game is not necessarily marriage. I can respect it. Be careful with what you choose. But to think that you ain't got to do nothing, like you just got to be pretty, like you just got to wake up and be pretty, or you just got to show up to a, and like that's weird. Like I wake up handsome every day. Like I see this face every day and I'm like, damn, God did a good thing. Like, and I get that, but like it doesn't stop here. Like I know I gotta like have something in here and I gotta have something in here and I gotta be
Well,
able to do, you
well,
know,
you're a
some,
man.
I
You're a
I
man.
am, but
So,
like there are men, and I, as much as I hate to say it, there are men who feel like because I got muscles, because I'm attractive, you know what I'm saying, women are just supposed to flock to me and do whatever. And for what it's worth, women have and women will. But that again, when you can get away with it, then it makes you feel like that's the way it's supposed to be all the time. So like I understand it, but the stuff still does not make sense to me. Like you it's not sustainable is what I'm saying.
right.
If you're just surface, if you are just superficial, if you are, you know what I'm saying, like it's only going to get you to a certain point. And then if your goals are bigger than where your vanity takes you, you're going to find yourself disappointed every time.
Yep. I agree. And really, vanity shouldn't be your goal in a marriage in the first place. You know, we supposed to be building. We're talking about building a life and a legacy and a family. We're not. I mean, listen. Building generational wealth is fantastic, but what does it profit you to gain the whole world and lose your soul? You know what I'm saying? It you know, the Bible says it's hard for a rich man to get into heaven. There's a reason for that, right? Because there's the humility that comes with not being rich. You know, when you rich, you can just drop $250,000 on a soda can ride controlled by, a wireless off-brand PlayStation controller and just say, oh well, it's just money, because you're not worrying about that, because whatever, you just got it. A little bit of humility that comes with not having that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And the same thing when it comes to uh, um, pulling your own weight inside the home. You know, exact same thing when it comes to pulling your own weight inside the home. Bottom line is, no matter what you do, y'all have to be in constant communication. You gotta be in constant communication. You have to still establish, men, I think men, you have to establish what it is that you are looking for your woman to bring to the table. Some men do feel like, nah, my woman's gotta work just as hard, or, bring her own income or whatever, with stuff is expensive, gas is expensive, houses are expensive. She gotta bring her own income to the table. Fine. There are some women that are fine with that, and there are some women who are like, nah, I'm gonna stay at home with the kids. I'm gonna take care of the house. You know what I'm saying? And God bless those women. God bless those traditional women, right? That still believe in that, right? And I still personally, I still think that that's the way to go personally. But again, to each his own. But you got to be in communication about that, so you can operate in that. Operate in whatever it is that works best for you, right? You can't be the one that wants the woman to go out and work and earn her own 40, 50, 60, 70,000 or whatever it is, and yet you married to a woman that wants to be a stay-at-home mom. And honestly, I believe most women actually want to be stay-at-home moms. But that's a conversation for another week. But I do think most women actually would prefer to be stay-at-home if they're married. Ones that aren't married probably want to go do all kind of stuff, work and climb the corporate ladder and all that. They ain't got nobody at home. I dig it, right? But I think most that do would prefer to not, like Steve Harvey said, you might be able to, whatever, sandblast your car or whatever it is. You might be able to do that on your own, but you'd probably rather somebody else do that. Probably better if somebody else. You'd rather pay somebody else to do it so you can go do something else. So, but again, that's a conversation for another time. But I do think that most women prefer to be there and not have to worry about that burden, that responsibility of going out and making the bacon. Anyway, nothing like cooking bacon over some rapid fire. So.
What we got?
Yeah. All right, let's do it. So we got a few things here for this week's rendition of Rapid Fire. I'm trying to find the actual video. My bad. It froze on me. Here we go. So we got, as usual, we live. We got, as usual, we got 3 topics here that we're gonna talk about. And these are mostly gonna be centered around food and your childhood. So let's talk about it real quick. There's funny stuff going on with chicken. Let's get into it.
Fucking kill y'all, man. Get fired on these bitches again.
Y'all, so for those of you who may not have caught all of that, says the U.S. Department of Agriculture has greenlit the sale of lab-grown chicken, marking a significant milestone in food technology. This approval paves the way for a sustainable alternative to traditional poultry farming, mitigating environmental impact and ensuring animal welfare. Lab-grown chicken is created from cell cultures without the need for raising or slaughtering animals. This is basically chickenless chicken. All right. Consumers can expect the taste and texture to be identical to conventional chicken, but with a reduced carbon footprint. This groundbreaking development could revolutionize the food industry. So they got us trying out fake chicken. It's bad enough they got like vegan meat that's made out of vegetables. So vegan bacon is a carrot, for example. Bad enough they got shit like that. But this is like actual processed chicken. 4 minutes.
Lab grown. Yeah, no, that's a no for me, dog. Come on. Lab grown. There's too many questions there. Like, what are we really ingesting then? Like, what?
Didn't we stop eating tilapia for the same?
Was it tilapia? I think it was actually. Yeah,
I think it sounds like it was tilapia.
They growing tilapia in petri dishes, ain't we?
Yeah. Well, I guess unless the government. I guess the problem was that the government had approved it. Kind of like marijuana, like it's illegal because the government ain't profiting off of it.
It's not good for you until then, huh?
Don't know about this.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't at all. Not at all.
There's a no for me, dog.
Reduce the carbon footprint. Again, I'm not a scientist, so I don't.
And we the black delegation love chicken.
We love chicken, bro.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, they gotta label it in the stores though. Like I needed to say on the package clear as day, grown,
not chicken.
Grown
Not
in my
chicken.
bathroom closet. Like
yeah. That's I can't, because again, if it's chicken not made with chicken, then what is it made with? That's like, it's grown with what? Reduce the carbon footprint. It just has a texture. I mean, that shit could be glue.
Yeah, and probably is.
And probably is. Like,
all right, I knew the meaning of carbon footprint, but I had to like really like, all right, so reducing your carbon footprint means changing how you approach and participate in activities that produce greenhouse gases.
What the fuck does that mean?
So growing
fake chicken doesn't fart.
What? Yeah, basically. This is as stupid as
it just sounded like they said it so that it just sounds nice. Like
very wild times.
It's dumb. It's as dumb as that ridiculous. What is it? The what is it? CEI score, whatever it is that business credit score. Yeah. The corporate equality index, the CEI score. It's as dumb as that. Which, by the way, is the score, the credit score for your company to see how woke it is and how, and I quote, published by Human Rights Campaign Foundation as a tool to rate American businesses on their treatment of gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender employees, consumers, and investors. So it's your queer credit score for your business. That's what that is.
That's a thing?
Yes, it's a thing. That's the reason why Target went woke. That's why Lego's going woke. That's why who's the other one? The Bud Light, that's why they did it. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted to make sure their corporate equality index score, their business queer credit score was high. They had to be in the 700 or 800s. That means they had to step out and kiss the ring and bend the knee.
So
anyway, it's as ridiculous as that. That's my point. It's as ridiculous as that.
Cool.
So anyway.
Okay, so I had to look it up, right? The carbon footprint of chicken. So the carbon footprint of chicken is 1.82 kilograms of CO2 emissions per 100 grams of chicken.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Now I was like, okay, so it can't just be the chickens themselves, right? So I dug a little deeper, right? But chickens are processed, right? So that means it's the industry, right? That means the factories and all of that. Now that's where I'm going. Okay, these factories, right, are producing a lot of gases and whatnot, right? So this other one says roughly 360 million tons, and I'm assuming they mean of carbon gas. That's how much greenhouse gas emissions the global poultry industry produces every year. And that's according to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. All right. And it's per future human. So is it the chickens themselves, or is it the industry? Is it the factories? Is it the way it's being processed? Why not change the way? Why do we have these? You know what? I'm going to say it. Why do we have these big corporations anyway? We need to have the family farmer is not producing that millions of tons of these greenhouse gas emissions. They don't have a huge factory that's pushing out all this carbon gas.
Well, but the government bought the farm. and you know, and instructed other farmers to burn down parts of it. So you're right. I should take a drink too.
So in order to fix the problem, we just just go ahead and totally just, you know, gloss over that side of the industry and oh, let's just grow it in the lab.
Yep.
That's exactly.
Yep. It's easier to control people if you can do that. You know, make them reliant on your stuff. It's easier to control people as long as they're, you know, blind, deaf, dumb, independent.
Fun times in the Magic Kingdom.
Let's talk about some real good fun times. That 4 minutes went by really fast.
That's what she said.
Fucking kill y'all, man. Get fired on these bitches again.
The question is golden brown or crispy edges pancakes. As for me and my mouth, it's crispy edges. The only reason I endure aesthetic racism of Cracker Barrel is because of crispy edges. All right, now golden brown, cool, but you can still be golden brown and doughy in the middle, golden brown and too thick. You know what I'm saying? But crispy edges done right is done all the way right. All right, I go down to the Cracker Barrel and I look around the old country store and I say, boy, I'm gonna endure because I got the crispy edges coming. And at home, I can't figure out how to get the crispy edges like this. All right, so crispy edges, y'all. It's crispy edges.
Fucking kill y'all, man. Get fired on these bitches again.
The question is golden brown.
Yeah, golden. Yeah. Crispy edges, man, all day long.
That's an easy one.
But if you're doing it right, you can have golden brown pancakes with crispy edges. You know.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey, I was getting ready to say if
Listen,
you're
y'all
doing it right.
Matter of fact, I just ordered a new skillet that's going to arrive by the time I wake up in the morning. You know, just so my son could get some brand new skillet crispy edged pancakes before he goes to join King Rich's, you know, wife and kid on an adventure tomorrow.
Hey.
Just, you know, however many days of summer, multiply that by 2, and that's how many pancakes he would have had before he returns to school, because we do pancakes every morning. You got to have a hot skillet. You got to put butter in that mofo. You know what I'm saying? And don't drop the batter too early. You got to let it sit for a little bit. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't pour the batter all over the place. Drop it in the center. Let it spread.
Yep, and let it spread.
Get it in the middle and let it spread. That's we listen to a man when I tell you, get in the middle and let it spread. You understand what I'm saying? And you're gonna have them crispy edges. Come on, get you a hot skillet, some butter, get it in the middle and let it spread. All right. And you're gonna get the crispy edges, but it can also be golden brown. And the pancake ain't meant to be flipped but one time. You know, if you feel like your pancakes are tough, it's because you done flipped it more than once. Flip it one time, you know what I'm saying, and need 30 seconds on the outside and going about your business. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta do better, you know, and we don't recognize Pearl Millen. It's gonna be Aunt Jemima till the day we die. We said stop killing us, and they changed the name of Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima. That ain't what we asked for. And
we liked Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima. I liked
was,
Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, they was kneeling in the government with kente cloth on. That ain't what we asked for.
Didn't nobody ask for none of that. But that's what happens when you get the white progressives on our side. That's what they think we want.
Again, focused on the wrong things.
Niggas gonna nig. Niggas gonna nig.
Anyone but President Brandon 2024. Okay, all right. Whoever's running against President Brandon. All right, anyway.
Yes, God bless Amazon. God bless Amazon.
God bless Amazon. Yeah. Good shout out to the skillet on the overnight. Because the overnight is love. The overnight is love. All right, y'all. Last one for the road. This one particularly grinds my gears a little bit. I gotta be honest. Take a look. Oh, I tell you.
Get fired on these bitches one time, man.
Did you hear how the creator of Uno, the card game, has actually changed the rules of the game?
What did they change?
So you know when you get a draw 2 card and you put it down, and then the next person puts down a draw 2 card, and then the third person has to draw 4 cards. So they just changed the ruling on that.
What do you mean they changed the rules?
So now when you put down a draw 2 card, the next person cannot put down a draw 2 card. They just have to take 2 new cards from the deck. You can no longer stack draw 2 cards.
Okay, that rule sounds lame.
Yeah, so the new rule is when someone puts down a draw 2 card, the next person can put down a skip card as long as it's the same color as the draw 2 card, and then the next person has to draw 2 cards.
Dude, how are they going to change the rules like 20 years later?
Did you hear how the creator of Uno, the card game, has actually changed the rules of the game?
What did they change?
So you know when you get a draw 2 card and you put it down, and then the next person puts down a draw 2 card?
It's what? What?
The only
First, change the rule. First of all,
we played the game.
There are house rules, okay?
Yeah. And we made the game.
Come on.
What?
Talking about
The only thing you can't do is put a draw like a draw 4 on a draw 2 or a draw 2 on a draw 4. That's it. Like you either playing colors or you playing number line. Like them the only rules. What we
talking about?
Yeah, we not about to sit up here and act like pylon ain't a thing.
What?
Yeah, everybody can go to hell.
Yeah, house rules is a thing.
Hey, creators of Uno, see me in Uno. All right. It best of 7 to the death, or to the changing of the rules.
Yeah, somebody's got to die.
Word. No. These dumbass rules got to die. Look, come see us. How many creators is it? It's at least 3 of y'all. The 3 of y'all versus 3 of us. We calling y'all out right here, right now. One battle for supremacy of what the fuck the rules are gonna be. All right.
Yeah, that had to be fake news because that just sounds ridiculous. That sounds like you lost a bunch of times and wanted to change the rules.
That sounds like you created a stupid house rule because you stuck. Because you stuck creators of Uno. You guys can't even Uno.
They put the dick in ridiculous.
That part. All homo. All. Yeah, man, we're not acknowledging that rule. Where is it? I just thought we are not. We do not acknowledge that rule. We acknowledge the tribal chief Roman Reigns, but we will not acknowledge that rule.
The only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace.
Uchi Wallace. Christopher Uchi Wallace.
I do like the idea of playing them for ownership of the company. So that
they wouldn't want to do that because they suck.
Well, ain't Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg about to do a cage match of death or something?
Yeah, something like that. And I think he said he's coming after Jeff Bezos next. So I'm here for it.
Everybody fight everybody. Everybody fight everybody.
There we go. Fight to the death. Whoever wins is the richest man on the planet.
Meanwhile, across the ocean, but yeah,
across it or in it.
Yeah.
Deep down in it.
Well, there's a lot happening.
Well.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah. What can we say? All good, yo. Well, hey, look, whatever it is, man, that's it. We done. We made it to the end, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Love y'all. That's what's up. We over here at the end.
And relatively
sober. Lots of stuff to talk about. Relatively sober. I'm surprised actually we made it through that one. The slightest bit sober, to be honest with you. So shout out to us for doing that. Kev, as usual, take us out, good brother.
Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're on a roll. The seasons. We got about 7 episodes left in this season. As always, we appreciate y'all being here. We'd be nothing without you. So shout out to the greatest audience. This drink is for you. Or this drink, that glass is empty. So I'm gonna take one for you all. But hope everybody has a blessed weekend. Just remember, to wake up every day is a blessing. It's better to be seen than to be viewed. So take care of yourselves and each other. Salud.
Thank you guys for joining us. As always, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and just remember, life is about balance. All right. So if you have not caught up on some of our previous shows, get balanced and go catch up on some of our previous shows and tell some people to tell some people to tell some people. All right. Y'all be safe. Be blessed. We'll catch y'all next time.
Ooh, because that's what we do. Again, for the third time, thank y'all again for joining us. We love y'all. Y'all are the best part of everything that we do here, straight up. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on the Facebook. Follow us on the Twitter machine. Follow us on the Instagram. We're building all this stuff up. Keep in touch with us right here on YouTube. And hide your kids, hide your wife. Hide your kids, hide your wife. They're trying to take your children from you, okay? I'm trying to tell you something. They're trying to take your children from you. They're trying to distract you with these soda cans from hell. All right, all right. Be vigilant out here. Be vigilant out here. Okay, they're crazy. They're trying to catch you up. But seriously though, hold on to your families, man. Love on each other. Do right by each other. Do good in the community. Do good in the hood. We love y'all. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one as always. That is it. It's a wrap from here, ladies and gentlemen. Assuming nothing's changed in the last 2 hours, then we can still call you that. We out. It's a wrap once again, man. Stay up. Peace. Light one up. Throw it in the air. Take another good shot.
Round up.
We out of here. We'll holla at you.
All right, the doctor walks in and tells me I'm in good health, but I'm sterile. I'm like, what are you talking about I'm sterile? I got 3 kids. I don't make no damn sense to me. I don't understand I'm sterile. I don't know. It blows my mind. I got 3 kids. One's 15, one's 12, one's 7. So I'm like, I don't understand that. So anyway, I go home and I just start thinking. These gotta be my kids. But I started thinking about the fact that every time we watch like those Ancestry.com commercials, they come on and my wife kind of always turns the channel. I'm like, why you always turn it? I notice you always turn the channel. She's like, those are stupid. They don't even work. And I'm like, anyway, I started really thinking. I'm like, if I'm sterile, and the doctor said I've always been sterile. It's not like something that it's always been genetically since I was born. I started thinking, I'm like, man, I'm going to have to go ahead and get these kids tested. I really didn't want to. I wanted to believe that my wife wouldn't do this to me, but I have to get my kids tested.
30% of the males who get DNA tested annually, according to the American Association of Blood Banks, which is the accrediting body for the DNA labs. This is over 44 DNA labs throughout the United States. They are testing close to 500,000 men per year, and over 30% of them have been confirmed that he didn't do it.